All right, good morning. So as you can tell, this is not the woods. This is not the inside of my tent. And my hair is in fact a mess. But yeah, I just decided to listen. I walked up here without any intentions of. I mean, I knew I could stay, and it was an option to stay, but I wasn't trying to stay. But I was here for like 2 hours and my stomach was still cramping, and I think I just needed time for it to kind of chill out. And yeah, I just figured, well, and then by the time like I felt okay, it was like 5 o'clock, so I was like, well, it's already kind of late. It's not really late, but you know, there's still plenty of time to hike. But I wasn't going to get where I wanted to be anyways, so I just decided to just have a bigger day today and cut it short. And I'm glad I did, because I got on Facebook, and this lady named Sherry, she also is on YouTube, but she's a massage therapist, and she knows her stuff about supplements and all that, but I didn't pay much attention to what she was first saying about supplements, on how you don't want it to be magnesium oxide. So she made a post recently, and I just happened to scroll on it, and I was reading it, and I don't know the exact ingredients in my magnesium supplements, but I'm fairly certain it was probably magnesium oxide, which can really mess your stomach up. And also, if you take too much magnesium, you can also get a little messed up too. And I think with both of those combined, especially with it being the wrong one, that is what has been making my stomach like cramp up for like weeks now. And I just didn't know. So anyways, I'm gonna quit taking those and just kind of see how I feel. I mean, I was fine before I started taking magnesium. I just started to as a preventative measure, but it seems like it's doing me more harm than good. So like I might stop for a while and then take one every night. I've been taking like 2 or 3, which she said her magic number was 5, and I was like, well, no, it may not be a 5 for me, so I'll just start here as a baseline. Evidently not a good idea. So what works for other people may not work for you, and that's gear, that's medicine, that's literally everything. Yeah, so this goes back to just making the hard choice and actually listening to your body and not pushing yourself, and taking the rest you need. So luckily the hostel was just right up the road. I was able to walk in and chill out and spend the night, got some good sleep, eating some food, drinking some coffee, and hopefully I'll roll out by about 8 o'clock. The sun's up, and I would like to get hiking before it rains and there's a river crossing that's guided with some paracord. So I would like to do that today before it starts raining, just before water starts getting higher and that sort of thing. But anyways, I should hopefully start feeling better and not have to ditch the trail every once in a while and kind of walk in pain for hours. So they got a wash house separate from the privy, which is actually this way, back towards the trail. It's over there. And welcome back now. You can pay, it's $20. Includes breakfast and coffee. It's like a light breakfast. And cash or Venmo. Alright, so this is the start of a 900-foot climb. And then I go up and down some big climbs. And then I have like a 5-mile climb. And then hopefully the rest should be fairly easier. I'll be walking this ridge, but look at those skies. I better start moving before weather kicks in, but this is pretty awesome. Surprisingly, climbs can be a little bit easier if either A, you do them first thing in the morning, B, don't use trekking poles. And then C, hold your hair up. So trying some new things out today. I don't remember if I talked about this yesterday. I know I told another hiker, but yesterday I felt like I had a hangnail on my big toe, and but I knew it wasn't a hangnail because I hadn't trimmed my toes lately, and I was fearing it was a blister. So I just kind of got to the point where I was like, well, I'll just take a break and look at it, and it was a blister. Like, it was on my right foot, and on the top right corner of my right foot, right next to my index toe. So, yeah, I popped that yesterday on trail, and it was good to kind of get off of it, but I could start feeling it. There's tape on it, and it should be okay. I'm not too worried. It's just, I can feel it. But I'm climbing again, so. This is what I'm talking about, because it indicates the trail is going to go to the left. Coming up on the Knot Mall branch shelter, lots of camp space, tiny picnic table, it's cute, and it's right off the trail. And it's got privy and a water source too, and I think it has bear boxes, but not sure. Huh, pretty nice. So one of the things I've been thinking about while, I don't know, the weather's been getting a bit warmer more often, and just heading north more significantly in general, is well, first of all, I honestly being in Virginia would rather be walking uphill if it's gonna be super rocky and pebbly, because downhill, I think it's the rocks that's making me like push my toes together, and it's just so annoying. I would just rather be climbing instead of like, let's climb all the way up here and then let's go all the way down here. Anyways, but the thing about measuring my gear and when to do that, I have a small spray bottle of permethrin. It's like 4 ounces, and like that's good on like a short-term level, but I don't really know when I should be like getting the big bottle by Sawyer and permethrin my gear that way. Probably maybe when I hit the northern border or halfway point, I assume. But that's just been something that's been on my mind. So, basically the trail had me climb all the way to the top of a ridge, about 700 feet high, and then drop probably about 800 to 900 feet. But it hasn't been too bad. I really can't be complainative because it could be like Georgia and it wasn't. So, but I'm about to perform the Lick Creek river crossing, and that's where the bridge got washed out and all you have is paracord to hold as you ford the river, which is good timing because the sky has been gray for quite some time now, and I can kind of hear rumbling in the distance, so I'm sure all hell is about to break loose. So I can do the river crossing, get my rain gear on, and hike the rest of the day. So yeah. So, oh, oh wow. I was about to say I have a huge fear of crossing water. And it's not very known fact, but the water is about a foot deep right here, so I think I'll be just fine. That's obviously the bridge that was washed out. That's nuts. It looks very violent, so still getting a little anxious. I don't know where this fear came from. I think it's natural though. So I have a 1900 foot climb up to the old cabin, fire warden's cabin I think, and that's where I'll stop to take lunch or just a rest, stop hiking break. And I say it was over 4.5 miles, so yeah, so I'm mentally preparing for that. There he is, making the run. So I climbed to the top of Chestnut Ridge, pretty much, and starting to see awesome views. Not as much visibility as I probably would have gotten yesterday, but that's pretty awesome. It's so pretty. Man, that's a good view. Just look behind me. That's a nice surprise. Oh, it's beautiful. Still a bit more climbing to do. Yet another super awesome view. Oh my god. They don't quit. Neither do these climbs. Finally made it to the shelter. Best view on the AT as far as shelters go. This is cool. Huh. Wow. So this is pretty neat for all you geology nerds, but this is Burke's garden right down there, and it was created by a massive sinkhole from limestone formation. So, the should be it. I just hit Walker Gap below the shelter, and walking into a hostel tonight. Was not planning on stopping at a hostel, but I was told that there was no water for the next 10 miles. I have a liter. No water. Shelter was pretty full, and from the sound of everything, and it was really hard. 10 miles because it's super rocky, you know, Virginia being Virginia. So yeah, I don't want to get there at 8:30, 9 o'clock. So walking into Burke's Garden Hostel. It's a brand new hostel. I think it might have been open maybe for a year or two prior, but it's a pretty new hostel. Man, this is all downhill. It'll be uphill tomorrow. But yeah, it looks like it's gonna be windy, and I don't really know what the weather's doing right now. It's supposed to be thunderstorms and stuff like that tonight too, so I'll just play it safe and get indoors again. Walking along this country road, this cows are like, who are you? Look at them. I think I'm coming to hang out. Oh, there's a baby. Oh, look at them. Oh. I don't know if it's because my bright ass rain pack cover, but these cows are following me. And the one in front, this crowd up here, they're already ready. Where are they going? What is happening? They're all staring at me. Good thing there's the fence. I think they think, I don't know if it's like a matador thing, or they think I'm gonna let them into that, to the other side. Might be that. They want it into the other side of the grass. Maybe they thought I was a person to do that. Oh, they're yelling at me.